dear students and viewers, welcome back. This is episode 2 of our program, and this is Morowa safe here with you. How are you doing, Mr. Ahmed?
Hello, Mrs. Morowa, and welcome, my dear students, for this episode. And we are going to cover Unit 1, part 2. So, welcome for all of you.
Okay, so the first thing to start off with is the vocabulary items of lessons 3 and 4 of Unit 1. Let's read all about it. Okay, the first word we have here is balanced. Balanced. Of course, it's an adjective, and it means that you give equal attention to all issues or parts. Have a look at this example. Having a balanced diet keeps you healthy and fit. So here, the word balanced means giving equal attention to all opinions and all what you matters. Let's say it. Balanced. Balanced. The second word, Mr. Ahmed?
So the second word is bias, and bias means to be subjective or to have subjective and unbalanced opinion about something. And normally we have three types of balance, three types of bias. Bias by omission, bias by spin, and bias by placement. So what are the differences of these three biases or bias types? The first type, which is bias of omission, means to leave out information. For example, you are a journalist in a newspaper, but instead of publishing the whole news, so you only cut or crop from it. So the second one, or the second type, is bias by spin, and this means that you give fake news, so you don't give real news about something. And the third type is bias by placement. It means you change the place of the important news. Instead of putting it in the first page, you put it in the last page.
And the second word we have here is the word inaccurate. Inaccurate. Of course, it's an adjective that means that something is not totally correct. It's not accurate. So the word inaccurate is the opposite of the word accurate. Okay, let's have a look at this example. Don't trust the information on this website. It's inaccurate. So the word inaccurate here means not completely correct. The second word is actually an expression, a long-awaited ending. A long-awaited ending.
Yeah, so the idiom or the expression a long-awaited ending means to wait for something with passion. So it means you are longing or you are aspiring for something to happen. Look at this example. Winning the cup was a long-awaited ending for the teams this season. Okay, Ms. Morowa?
Okay, we have the verb mislead. Of course, when you lead somebody, you guide him or her correctly or properly. But when you mislead him or her, you just give him the false direction. Okay, so you don't help him. Of course, you do the opposite. If you have a look at this example, misleading the court in a trial is a crime. Here in this sentence, you will find that the verb mislead means that you make someone believe that something that is not, you make him believe something that is not true by giving them false or fake information. Let's say it, mislead, mislead. Okay, the next word. Contrasting.
So the next word is contrasting, and contrasting, of course, it's an adjective, which means something is in opposite, is contradicting. One of the synonyms is contradicting. It means not similar. Let's have a look to this example. He has contrasting feelings. So he loves staying with his family, but he wants to travel. So we have conflicting or we have contradicting feelings. He wants or he loves something, but he wants to leave it. So the next word?
The next word is another adjective that we have, which is grumpy. Grumpy. This means angry a lot of time, all the time angry. So when we say that someone is grumpy, we say that he is bad-tempered, he is not well-behaved, he is angry and cross all the time. Let's have a look at this example. He is just a grumpy old man. And if you look at this picture, you will find that this person is not happy anymore. Okay, let's say it. Grumpy. Grumpy. The next word.
Okay.
Actually, it's a quiz, by the way.
Yes. Now, my dear students, we studied some words, so it's time for practice. Okay, let's start with the first questions. Leaving out important information is called bias by space. Is it bias by spin, bias by punctuation, bias by placement, or bias by omission? Can you think for seconds? Yes. To leave out information means to omit. So it's the type of bias by omission. Yeah, very good. So the next question.
And the victory over evil was a long space ending for this movie. Waited, awaited, waiting, awaiting. Just think a little bit about it. What would it be? What would be the answer? Wonderful, yeah, awaited. Excellent. The next sentence.
Yeah, the next sentence is they or you should have a space diet so you can enjoy a healthy lifestyle. So which type of diet you should have, or all of us we should have? Is it disorganized diet? Is it balanced diet? Is it anxious diet? Is it horrible diet? Of course, to stay healthy you should have, yes, very good, balanced diet. Excellent.
And the next sentence we have here is, let's have a look at it. The thief tried to, space, the police to escape the punishment. The thief tried to, space, the police to escape the punishment. Is it mislead, update, share, or intend? Take your time. Excellent, that's it. Mislead, you're doing a great job. And the second sentence here.
Yes, okay, look at this question. So here the question is, don't depend on this information. So I think this information is, can you get the answer? Is it inaccurate information, or reliable information, or current information, or impressive information? If we don't rely or depend or trust some information, it means that this information is, yes, I hear your answer. Very good, it's inaccurate. Excellent.
Now to the grammar. And today we're going to discuss the present perfect tense. Mr. Ahmed, can you tell us about it?
Yes, of course, the present perfect tense is one of the most important tenses, and some of us have confusion between the present perfect and the past simple. دايما بيبقى في عندنا لخبطة ما بين الفرق بين المضارع التام والماضي البسيط، واللخبطة دي بتيجي من إيه؟ إن the both tenses إن الزمنين used to describe an action that happened in the past. حدثين تموا في الماضي. So what is the difference between them, Miss Marwa? What is the difference between past simple and present perfect?
As you remember from episode 1, we studied the past simple, and we said that it refers to an action that started and finished in the past, so it doesn't exist in the present anymore. When I say, for example, I wrote the lesson, if you remember what I said, Ahmed wrote the lesson well yesterday, so he finished writing the lesson, right? Do you remember that? Okay, so the action of writing the lesson itself already finished, but it doesn't exist in the present. Okay, but what about the present perfect? So the present perfect refers to an action that started in the past, but maybe it continues to the present. Okay, or even finished recently, but the result is there in the present. So there is a difference. Still, the present perfect is having an influence in the present. It has to do with the present. Let's have a look at this slide. Mr. Ahmed?
Yes. Can we look at this slide? Yeah, look at this question. So now we have the photo. The first photo is a car, and this car is dirty, and someone is washing it. Now the car in the third photo is very clean. It's clear that it's very clean. It's very bright. It means that someone has washed the car. So why do we say someone has washed instead of saying someone washed the car? هنا لو انت شايف ان السياره هتلاقي ان السياره لونها جديد وكأن في حد لسه غسلها. هل احنا شايفينه وهو بيغسل؟ بالطبع لا، بس احنا شايفين الريزلت او النتيجه بتاعت الحدث. So someone has washed the car. It means we don't see the action of washing, but we see the result of washing. So the car is very new. The car looks brilliant or looks beautiful. It means someone has already or has really washed it. So Miss Marwa, the next usage of present perfect.
As you can see, you will find that sometimes the present perfect refers to an action that has just finished. It has started in the past, but it has just finished, so the influence itself is still in the present. If you have a look at this picture, you will find that Adam here in the first picture on the left is having lunch, okay, but in the picture on the right you will find that he has just had lunch. So the second picture on the right, he has finished already, and you can use time expressions like just with this meaning especially. Okay, so Mr. Ahmed.
Okay. Also, we use the present perfect to talk about actions that happened in the past but is still continuing till now. For example, look at this house. We bought this house in 2000, but now in 2024, for example, we are still living in this house. So I say we bought this house. We bought this house. It means the action of buying is started and ended. But what about living in the house? ايه رأيك في احنا بنعيش في المنزل؟ هل اقول احنا خلاص عشنا في المنزل، ولا احنا بدأنا الحياة في المنزل ده في سنة 2000 ولسه لغاية 2024 لسه مستمرين في المنزل ده؟ Of course we will use present perfect. So we say we have lived in this house because we started living in 2000 and till 2023 we are still in the house. So the action happened in the past but is continuing till now. So we say we have lived in the house, and we can use two time expressions, since or for. So Miss Marwa, what is the difference between since and for with the present perfect tense?
Okay, if we say, for example, I haven't seen Ahmed since 1920. So since is followed by the start of the action, or the point that in which the verb has started. So when did I meet him? For the last time I met him, it was 1990, for example. If I say since 1990, okay, but when I say for, I would say I have studied English for 5 years. So for is followed by the duration of the action, itself. Okay, so Mr. Ahmed, can you tell us more examples?
Yes, of course we have more differences between since and for. For example, we can use since as a conjunction. Conjunction means أداة ربط. فممكن before since we use present perfect, and after since we use the past simple. For example, he has met, or he has left since you called me. Also, we can use it is plus a time. It's 4 years since he joined the club. And sometimes we have since and for with some collocations, just to make it easy. عشان تعرف الفرق ما بين since و for, we can use with certain collocation. For example, you can say for ages, you can say for as long as, you can say since now, since then, since when, or for how long. So these collocations will help you to know the difference between since and for. But there is very important point. We can use for with present perfect and past simple as well. For example, you can say I studied this course for 3 months, or I have studied this course for 3 months. So the two sentences are correct, but take care. For with the past simple means that the action happened and ended. يعني لما تقول I studied this course for 3 months معناها ان انت خلاص درست الكورس وخلصته ودلوقتي مش بتدرسه. لكن if you say I have studied this course for 3 months معنى كده ان for معناها ان الحدث لسه شغال. يعني انت بدأت دراسة الكورس من 3 شهور ولسه مستمر الى الان في دراسة الكورس. Okay, Miss Mara, can we move to another usage of the present perfect?
Of course. If you speak about the experiences you did or you didn't, for example, if I ask you, have you ever visited London? Did you go there before? So I will use the present perfect tense, and you will say, yeah, I have visited London last year, for example, or I have never visited London. So we use the present perfect. Please have a look at this picture. In these two pictures, you will find that the one on the left is having this example. He has flown a plane, but he has never tried bungee jumping. Okay, so this is an experience that he has. The second one, have you ever traveled by plane? And here you utilize the word ever, and sometimes you say yes or no, I never, I have never traveled by plane. Mr. Ahmed, can you elaborate more on that sense?
Yeah, of course we have other differences between ever and never. For example, we can use the never with the comparative adjective, but we can use ever with superlative. For example, I have never seen taller than this tower. You can say it's the tallest tower I have ever seen. So خلي بالك احنا ممكن نستخدم never مع درجة المقارنة من الصفة، لكن ممكن نستخدم ever مع درجة التفضيل من الصفة. Take care also that we don't use never with negative sentence. ما ينفعش ان انت تستخدم never مع الجملة المنفية. يعني ما تقولش I haven't never eaten pizza before. لا, instead you can say I have never eaten this pizza before, or I haven't ever eaten this pizza before. Okay, Miss Marwa, can you tell us more about the uses of present perfect with actions that are supposed to be finished? الأحداث المتوقع إنها تحصل لسه ما حصلتش مع yet.
I'd like to tell you more about, the action that hasn't finished with the use of the word yet. The use of this word actually is, you will find it in sentences that are negative, like this example. I haven't finished my homework yet. So it means that I didn't finish writing the homework, okay? And you will find it in a question like, have you finished your homework yet? I'll answer, for example, no, I haven't finished my homework yet. Another use that I want to tell you about for using the present perfect is when you don't specify the time for the action. If you have a look at this picture, the first picture and the second one, and even the third, you can use here the present perfect for an action that happened in unspecified time. When I say the children have tidied their room, so you will ask yourself, when exactly did they tidy the room? I don't know. They have tidied the room, and I don't know the specified time. Mr. Ahmed, can you elaborate more on that?
Yes, of course. احنا لسه قايلين من شويه ان الديفرنس بين الباست سمبل والبريزنت بيرفكت ان من احد الفروق ان ممكن يكون الحدث happened in the past، بس خلي بالك انت مش عارف الوقت اللي حصل بالظبط. يعني ما تقولش I watched the film، لا، ممكن تقول I watched the film yesterday. انما لو مش هتذكر الحدث اللي انت او مش تذكر وقت الحدث it's better to use present perfect. So you can say I have watched the film. يبقى دايما لما بيكونش فيه كلمه داله على الحدث او كلمه داله على الجملة بنستخدم ال present perfect. So قبل ما نبدأ أو قبل ما ننقل على ال present perfect continuous عايزك تركز على الفرق في ال time expression أو ال keywords for the present perfect. في بعض الكلمات الدالة على ال present perfect بيبقى confusing شوية في الاستخدام، زي الفرق بين yet and already in the question. So for example, have you finished yet? Have you finished already? So totally different in meaning. So we use yet in the end of the questions to mean that something is supposed to be finished but hasn't finished or is still being done till now. يعني دايما نستخدم yet مع الاستفهام اللي المفروض انه يكون اتعمل ولسه ما اتعملش دلوقتي. فلما اقول لك have you done your homework yet معناها ان انا متوقع ان انت خلاص المفروض تكون خلصت الهوم ورك بتاعك بس لسه دلوقتي ما خلصتوش. لكن استخدام already with the end of the question to show surprise عشان تبين التعجب من فعل شيء حصل على وجه السرعة. فمثلا oh it's too fast have you done your homework already؟ يبقى انت هنا اسمه استفهام تعجبي. فخلي بالك من استخدام already ويت في نهاية الاستفهام التعجبي. طيب Miss Mara, can we use yet at the first of the sentence or it will be changed in the meaning؟ يعني لما بنستخدم yet في بداية الجملة أكيد المعنى بيختلف للتناقض. Can you give us some examples؟
Of course, and you can give us one example that has yet in the beginning of the meaning, and I will compare it with the meaning having yet at the end of the sentence. Just suggest an example, please.
Yeah, for example, I say he is very rich. هو شخص غني جدا. Yet he is stingy. لكنه شخص بخيل. So if we start with yet, so we give the opposite or نفس المعنى بتاع but ولكن. So take care انت لما بتستخدم yet في بداية الجملة بتبقى كأنها but. ده الفرق بين yet في نهاية الجملة المنفية وبين yet في بداية الجملة.
Okay. Does it mean that it's similar to however or on the other hand, I mean the conjunctions that connect two sentences that are contradictory or different in meaning?
Yeah, of course, you are right, totally right. So yet in the first of the sentence refers to contradicted situation كأنها أدوات ربط. So let's move to the present perfect continuous. Miss Marwa, what do you know about the structure of sentences in the present perfect continuous?
Well, the present perfect continuous tense is formed by have or has plus been plus verb plus ing. For example, I have been studying all day. So this means that my action started in the past, but it's lasted for, a period of time. And even maybe it still continues to the present. So maybe it hasn't finished. So this type of tense stresses the continuity of the action that started in the past. Okay, another example. I have been cooking mahshi for 3 hours. Okay, it means that I started making it in the past. I'm still working on that. I'm still preparing this type of food. It's really tiring, and you know that it takes a lot of time to prepare. Okay, floor is yours, Mr. Ahmed. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, of course. The difference between present perfect and present perfect continuous is like the following. In the present perfect tense, we focus more on the number of actions. يعني دايما في المضارع التام بنركز على عدد مرات حدوث الفعل. But in the present perfect continuous في المضارع التام المستمر we focus more on the time or duration of the action. Look at this table. For example, in the present perfect we say he has read 3 books. So how many books has he read? He has read 3 books. طب احنا هنا بنركز على عدد مرات القراءة. هو قرأ 3 مرات. But in the next example he say he has been reading all night. So هنا بنركز على الديوريشن او الوقت اللي كان بيقرأه. هو قاعد يقرأ طول الليل. يبقى فيه هنا دل على الفترة الزمنية. So simply if you need to differentiate between present perfect and present perfect continuous خلي بالك من الكلمات الدالة الزمنية. دايما لما يكون عندك for or since or all or still or how long اللي هي الكلمات الدالة على duration of time we use present perfect continuous. لكن لو ما عندكش الكلمات الدالة دي أو لو عندك how many أو لو عندك just أو already بنختار present perfect simple.
Now guys, we have some questions to practice this grammatical rule. The first sentence here, just have a look at it please. The exam space recently, should I say has been taken or have taken or have been taken or has taken? So let's have a look at it and think about it. Take your time please. Wonderful. Has been taken. Excellent. The second sentence, Mr. Ahmed.
Yes, the second sentence here, I haven't seen him, space, we were in the meeting. Is it for, since, just or already؟ عايزك تفوكس شوية إن هو أدوات الربط اللي بيجي قبلها مضارع تام وبعدها ماضي بسيط. Of course سمعك بتقول إجابة صح. Yes, since. Very good.
Thank you so much, our dear students and viewers. This is the end of our episode today. Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Marwa, and thanks so much, my dear students. Hope to see you again in the following sessions.
Wonderful. Thanks a million for being with us today. I hope you find it beneficial and fun. Till I see you again. It's not goodbye. Take care.